साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः।
Wonder of Wonders, the English rendering of Paramahamsa Sadguru SriSatupasi's Kannada classic Mahadascharya. Chapter 7. Om Shri Guru Dattaya Namaha. A test within the news of death. Mangalarati 2. To him who revived the dead wife. It was Shivaratri festival time. Even before its arrival, a month before its coming, I am seized by it. Cleansing temple premises, whitewashing, and collected materials such as broomsticks, bucket, and so on. That itself was a great task. Right at the dawn of Shivaratri, I was going towards the temple. The previous day, I had made all arrangements. My father shouldn't know, for any reason, that I am going to the temple. That Shiva had done a favor for myself only, and that was to provide us lands adjoining the temple. If we didn't have lands there, I couldn't have done all this. From our lands alone, I would be watching my father's coming from a distance. As soon as I found him coming on the embankment of the Kunte water tank, I would go near our lands from the temple. Therefore, lands adjoining temple was thus a great help to me. That morning, I went to temple and began whitewashing the outside of its walls. After mixing lime with water in a mud pot, outer painting was getting finished. I had to go to Chalakere and bring fruits and flowers, a few plantains, an arm length of flowers, a coconut, a lantern, kerosene oil, and castor oil to suffice for a single lamp, incense sticks, and a rounded mass of vibhuti after painting the inside of walls. Shiva had already given me the money needed to buy all this. You would be surprised to hear how it had come about. Shivaratri was still a week ahead. Every day the same worry: how to fund for the festival. At that time, I was not asking anyone for anything. No one knew that I was doing Shivaratri too. I wouldn't be telling anyone. While grazing bullocks too, the same thoughts, somehow it gets done. What use in simply thinking about it? I would console myself and kept quiet. Even then, unaware I was, it knocked my memory. How to do puja if there is no coconut or fruits? One day, some 6 or 7 days prior to Shivaratri, I was driving the oxen towards our land. It was beside Bommasamudra road, that means the vicinity of the Pavgada road. I was thinking the same thing while grazing the bullocks. It must be around 10 or 11 in the morning. A big lorry was coming from Pavagada side after passing Dodderi. A tamarind tree there was by the side of the Muslim land. It isn't there now. A little beyond the Bommasamudra road and the tamarind tree I was standing. That lorry, instead of coming straight on the road, it was swerving erratically this side and that side. Seeing it wobbling at unsteady moments, I was taken aback and stood far away from the road. When there was about 20 yards gap between the lorry and me, the conductor sitting near the left side door stretched out his hand and let loose a wad of currency notes. Those currency notes, like a dried up leaves, flew scattered all around behind the lorry. They flew over me and fell on me. The lorry passed little ahead and stopped. I stood unwavering. Around me and near my legs, it was all currency notes. They were just 1 rupee notes. Getting off the lorry, the driver and the cleaner started fighting with each other fiercely. They have come from somewhere fighting between themselves on money matter. On coming here, they have thrown away that money, stopping the lorry. Continuing their quarrel, they started picking up the notes. More than they, I alone knew where the notes had fallen. They continued to battle, picking up notes they could find. I had stood unwavering without touching any of the notes. One of them said, "Look, all over here, notes have fallen. Pick them up." He picked up whatever he could, and the two left again in the lorry. Ha, Shiva has given, I said to myself as I began picking up the notes. But I was afraid someone may notice. If I noticed that someone was coming, I would stop picking and stand still only to resume the search later. Thus I got 31 rupee notes. Let me see, I told myself and returned home driving bullocks. From the next day onwards, this was my main work. On the heap of gravel and stone chips and gubasi plant, notes had got stuck. Every day I used to get 5 or 6. Because of that money, Shivaratri of that year was indeed a celebration of a festival. Only whitewashing of the interior remained. It may have been around 9 in the morning. 1 or 2 boys from our village came. I checked, "How come this way?" "Bro, you're asked to hurry now and go," they said. "Why? Who told you?" I asked. "Tataya asked us to fetch you. He'll be near Kanneshwara temple. Go and bring him," said Ajji. The boys replied. "Why so urgent? I have come just now," I said. "Yellakaya has died, that's why you are called and asked to hurry," they said. "Yellakaya is my wife." "What? How incredible! What happened? She was well when I left," I proclaimed. "Don't know anything. It seems she fell down suddenly. Putting her in a cart, they went thinking of going to hospital. By the time they had reached Ganapnatti, she's dead," they said, and brought back the cart. They placed her near the shade before the front yard. Everyone was crying. "Pujari Karyappa, Bisimudde Iranna, all are there. You are asked to hurry," the voice said. What am I to do? Shiva Shiva. Should she die today alone? What would have happened if she had died tomorrow? I thought within myself. You get going, I'll follow you soon. I sat quiet after sending the boys away. Not a whit was I ruffled, scared or sad. I say in the name of Kanneshwara. What is it that I can do now going there? It will be evening by the time everyone comes. Her father, mother, relatives, near and dear ones. It takes time for them to come. Burial only in the evening. If I go now, they'll send me to call people in and around. Let me complete this whitewash in one stroke and go to Chelkere and bring all the things and store them in temple. With such thoughts in my mind, I began whitewashing the walls. By 12, I had washed the temple, took a handbag and went to Chelakere. Buying all the things needed for puja, I came to the bus stand to catch a bus to Dodderi. I was waiting for bus under the tamarind tree near the Jairam Talkies. Many of our people going to our place came. What a disaster it was. But God is great, they said. What? What happened now? I asked. Ayyo, what is this fellow? Don't you know? Morning they were crying. Your wife is dead. They shifted her out. Her breath had stopped. Everyone pronounced her dead. Dead she is, they said. God is great, they said. What happened now then? I asked. Somehow she revived, they said. Is she really alive? Really? I asked. Yes, bro, she's fine. We two went and saw her, they said. Happa! The joy I felt was inexplicable. Happily, I went to the temple and kept all the materials there and came to our place. My wife was moving about. Looking at her, I said, "You are dead," they said, "and sent for me. Now, how come you are still alive then?" I asked. "Ah, yes. That must be the reason for you to come so fast, running to bury me, isn't it?" She anguished. "No, I would have come then alone, but someone said that you are fine and hence this delay." "Where did Appaya go?" I asked. "He's asleep. When he wakes up, he will take you to task," she uttered. "Okay, get going now. Happy that you are fine now. If there is a mudde, come and serve me. I will leave before Appa wakes up," I said. Eating food served by my wife, who had come alive after death. I said, "If Appaya inquires about me, tell him that I have gone to Kapile after eating. You will be bestowed with auspiciousness." I came to the temple. I spent the entire night in Shiva abode all by myself. This is Kanneshwara Mahime, his greatness, glory. Greater than the great is he and his deeds. Maha Mahima. He is a boundless ocean of kindness, Karuna Sagara. He is ever ready to subjugate himself at the call of his devotees. Bhakta Paradhina. Howsoever much you describe, howsoever much you elaborate and write, it falls short. Therefore, I will stop here. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat.